Every day you scroll. Every day you compare. Their success, their bodies, their happiness, and somewhere in that endless feed, you lose a little more of yourself. You see them smiling, thriving, winning, and you wonder, why not me? But here's the brutal truth. Most people live miserable lives not because they aren't capable, not because they don't have potential, but because they're too busy watching others win. They spend hours looking into someone else's world, instead of building their own. And while you're watching, they're doing. While you're doubting, they're grinding. While you're overthinking, they're growing. Let me ask you something straight. Are you living your life, or just spectating theirs? Because time doesn't pause for comparison. And no one's coming to rescue you from the trap you've built with your own eyes. Watching, envying, judging, scrolling. It's time to wake up. It's time to focus on the only person who truly matters. You've been trained to look sideways, not inward. Every single day, you're bombarded with images, videos, stories of people who seem to be winning. Perfect bodies, luxurious vacations, million-dollar businesses, flawless smiles. But what you don't see is the reality behind the frame, the part that doesn't get posted. You don't see the debt, the depression, the years of silence, the tears cried in private. You see a highlight reel and compare it to your behind the scenes. And that's the trap. You scroll and shrink. You watch and wonder. You compare and collapse. Every scroll adds another layer of self-doubt. They get chips away at your own confidence. You don't even realize it, but you're dying slowly. Not because you're not good enough, but because you're too distracted to discover your own power. You're chasing their timeline, but living in your chaos. You envy their success, but you didn't see the 10 years of struggle they walked through just to take that picture. You think they're lucky. You think they've got it all figured out. But what about you? What have you done today to change your story? The truth is, nobody's showing their failures. They don't post the nights they cried themselves to sleep. They don't post the months they couldn't pay rent. They don't post the years of rejection, the nights filled with self-hate, the moments they almost gave up. And here you are, believing the lie, buying into the illusion, letting it paralyze you. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Because every second you waste watching them is a second you could be using to build you. What if you put all that energy you use to scroll into something that builds your future? What if you stopped watching and started working? What if you stopped hating your reflection and started loving your progress? But you won't. You won't unless you wake up. This is the hard truth. They don't care. They don't care about your dreams. They don't care about your struggle. They don't care if you sit and rot in silence while they shine. So why are you giving them all your attention? Why are you investing your time, energy, and mental peace into people who wouldn't even notice if you disappeared? You owe yourself better. You've got dreams buried under insecurity. You've got talent smothered by comparison. You've got potential drowning in doubt. And the clock is ticking. You are wasting your life spectating. You're supposed to be the main character, but you're stuck in the crowd, clapping for everyone else. Stop. This is your wake-up call. You've got one life. And if you don't start focusing on yourself now, when will you? Because the truth is harsh, but freeing. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to hand you success. No one will care more about your future than you. So if you keep living like this, comparing, watching, envying, Then don't be surprised when 5 years pass and nothing's changed. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Because when you do, everything starts to shift. Your energy comes back. Your confidence rises. Your grind intensifies. Your purpose becomes clear. And suddenly, you don't need to watch anyone else win. You're too busy creating your own victory. He didn't even notice when it started. At first, it was innocent, just checking what his classmates were up to after college. Scrolling through Instagram while lying in bed. Harmless, or so he thought. But slowly, something shifted. He'd wake up every morning and check his feed before brushing his teeth. Weddings. Six-pack abs. Brand new cars. Business success stories. Everyone was moving forward, smiling, winning, living. And then there was him. Stuck. Confused. His friends were getting married, buying homes, landing high-paying jobs. Meanwhile, he was still living with his parents, unsure of his future, still figuring things out, but more importantly, too ashamed to even admit it. Each scroll made his chest feel tighter. Each post whispered, "You're behind." Every day, his energy faded. He couldn't concentrate. He stopped applying for jobs. He started skipping workouts. He procrastinated, not because he was lazy, but because he believed nothing he did would ever measure up. The comparison wasn't just stealing his joy, it was suffocating his soul. Until one night, it all broke. He was lying in bed, staring at a reel of a guy his age vacationing in Greece. Expensive sunglasses. Fit body. Perfect smile. The caption said, "Work hard, play harder." He threw his phone across the room, buried his face in his hands, and cried. Not because the guy had more, but because he felt like less. That night he made a decision. Not a grand one, just a small experiment. I'm deleting Instagram for 30 days. He didn't tell anyone, didn't make an announcement, just deleted the app. Day 1 felt weird, like something was missing. By day 3, the silence was louder than ever. No likes, no DMs, no endless scrolling. But something else happened too. His thoughts returned. His mind, once cluttered with noise, started making space. He picked up a notebook and wrote 3 things. Wake up before 9 a.m. Read 10 pages a day. Walk outside for 20 minutes. That was it. Tiny goals. Nothing big. No pressure to impress. And for the first time in months, he followed through. 1 week turned into 2. 2 turned into 4. And suddenly, he wasn't comparing anymore. He was creating. He started reading about freelancing. Watched YouTube videos on digital marketing. Built a profile on Upwork. Applied to one project. Then another. Rejected. Rejected again. But he didn't stop. By the 3rd month, he landed his first client, a small project for $40. It wasn't much, but it was his. His effort. His result. His win. That win gave him confidence, not because of the money, but because he created something from nothing. Without scrolling. Without watching someone else do it. Fast forward 18 months, and the kid who once cried in bed over someone else's reel was now managing 4 freelance clients, building his own agency, and helping small businesses grow online. His mornings started with gratitude. His afternoons were focused. His nights were peaceful. Not because life was perfect, but because he finally stopped trying to be someone else. And one day he scrolled again, just for a minute. He saw the same guy in Greece, now selling an online course. Same smile. Same vibe. But this time, he didn't flinch. He smiled. Not out of arrogance, but clarity. I realized I was losing to people who didn't even know I was competing. That was the moment it all made sense. All those years, he wasn't behind. He was just distracted. He didn't lack talent. He lacked focus. He wasn't too late. He was just too obsessed with someone else's timeline. And now he looks forward, not sideways. Now he competes only with yesterday's version of himself. Your life will never change by watching others live theirs. It only changes the moment you stop looking left and right and focus straight ahead. Because while you're busy comparing, someone else is busy creating. So stop watching. Stop waiting. And start building the life you were meant to live. It's time for a shift. Stop comparing your chapter 2 to someone else's chapter 20. What you see on social media isn't the whole story. It's a highlight reel, edited, filtered, and perfected for public consumption. But let me tell you this, behind every success story, there's a mountain of struggle, failures, late nights, and sacrifices you'll never see. So why are you comparing yourself to a version of success that has taken years, maybe decades, to build? The truth is, comparison is the thief of joy. It robs you of your peace, your focus, and your potential. And it does something worse. It makes you feel like you're not enough. But here's the deal. You are enough. Right now. In this moment. You don't need to prove anyone wrong. You don't need to meet someone else's expectations. You don't need to chase anyone else's timeline. You only need to prove yourself right. Your lane is sacred. Own it. It doesn't matter if your journey looks different from theirs. Your path is unique. And that's where the power lies. Look at the people around you. They're on their own paths. They have their own struggles, their own fears, their own dreams. And so do you. But here's the key. You control your path. You decide where it goes. So, stop measuring your success against theirs. Stop feeling inferior because someone else is further along. You don't know how much time, effort, or pain they've invested to get there. And you definitely don't know what sacrifices they've made to appear perfect. You have one job today, to focus on you. Let's stop for a moment and take this in. Because I'm about to say something important. You are building your life, not theirs. And guess what? That's enough. It's more than enough. So, take a deep breath. Look in the mirror. And say these words out loud. I am enough. I am focused. I am building my life. Feel that? That's power. That's inner strength. You don't have to be anyone else. You don't have to do it their way. You only have to do it your way. You see, we all have an inner strength. It's already within you. It's the same strength that has carried you through every challenge you've faced, every setback you've survived, and every doubt you've overcome. That strength is waiting to be activated. It's time to let it out. Focus on your growth, not their growth. Focus on your journey, not their destination. This is your life, and you are building it step by step, day by day. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the right moment, because the right moment is now, right here. Every second you spend comparing yourself to others is another second you've wasted. It's time you'll never get back. So let's be clear. You don't need to care what they're doing. You only need to care about what you are becoming. Let that sink in. Every day you're becoming someone new. You're becoming stronger, smarter, more resilient, more determined. And that is your power. Every small step you take toward your goals matters. Every decision you make that brings you closer to who you want to become is a victory. So stop looking around. Stop wondering if you're enough. You are enough. Let's repeat it again. I am enough. I am focused. I am building my life. The path ahead may not always be clear, but as long as you stay focused, as long as you stay in your lane, you will get there. No detours. No distractions. Just you and your journey. The only thing you need to prove is that you are committed to your own success. That's it. You are enough. And you have everything inside of you to succeed. Now, go out and show the world what you're made of. You've got this. Meet Sarah. She used to spend hours every day scrolling through Instagram, watching the lives of influencers who seem to have it all: perfect bodies, flawless skin, endless adventures. They seem to have the secret formula for happiness, success, and beauty. But for Sarah, each scroll made her feel smaller. She hated herself. She felt ugly, unworthy, and behind in every area of her life. It wasn't that she didn't want to change. She did. But the more she watched, the more she believed that someone else's life was always better than hers. She thought, why should I even bother? I'll never look like them. I'll never be as successful as them. The comparison made her paralyzed. Every influencer she followed had a perfect routine. They worked out every day, ate clean, and had a flawless appearance. And yet, Sarah felt like she was stuck in a loop of trying and failing. She tried diets, workouts, beauty regimens, but each time, the results didn't measure up. And she hated herself more for it. One day, something clicked. It wasn't a big life-changing event or a dramatic revelation. It was a quiet moment. A moment where Sarah looked at herself in the mirror and asked, "What the hell am I doing?" That day, she made a decision. She was tired of being a fan. She was tired of admiring others from the sidelines. She told herself, "I'm not going to be a fan. I'm going to be the main character." For the first time in a long time, Sarah stopped looking outward and started looking inward. She stopped comparing herself to others and began focusing on her own health, confidence, and self-worth. She stopped wishing to be like someone else and started to invest in becoming her best self, in her own way, on her own timeline. It wasn't easy. The habits of comparison didn't disappear overnight. But every time the urge to check her Instagram or feel envious of someone's life came up, She reminded herself of her commitment. She worked on her fitness, but in a way that suited her body. She didn't aim for perfection, she aimed for progress. She worked on her mindset, embracing affirmations and developing a deep self-love that was not dependent on how she looked but on who she was becoming. Months went by, and Sarah started to see results, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. She had more energy, she felt confident in her skin, and most importantly, she felt empowered. Eventually, Sarah realized something even more important. Her journey could help others. She had been through it all: the insecurity, the jealousy, the self-doubt. She knew exactly what it felt like to be trapped in the comparison cycle, and now she was ready to help others break free. So, Sarah became a fitness coach. But not just any coach. She became a coach focused on self-worth, body positivity, and mental strength. She taught women how to stop comparing themselves to the highlight reels of social media and start living their own authentic lives. She showed them how to love themselves, embrace their imperfections, and build their confidence from within. Today, Sarah's life is completely different. She is no longer a passive observer of others' success. She is creating her own. She's helping hundreds of women become the best versions of themselves, not by copying someone else's journey, but by embracing their own. Her message to the world is simple, yet powerful. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs your authentic fire. And this is the message Sarah shares with every woman she works with. So, what are you waiting for? To be like them, or to finally be you? The takeaway? When you stop comparing yourself to others, you can finally focus on what truly matters: your own journey. The minute you embrace your uniqueness, you activate your authentic power. And when you focus inward, you open the door to a life that is real, grounded, and fulfilling. Sarah's transformation wasn't about becoming someone else. It was about becoming herself, the best version of her. And the same can happen for you. This story is designed to show the vulnerability of struggling with comparison, followed by a powerful transformation that leads to inner strength and empowerment. It emphasizes the importance of focusing on oneself rather than looking outward, and how that shift leads to true greatness. Ready for the third story next? You've wasted enough time. How many more days will you scroll through social media, endlessly watching others chase their dreams while your own life sits on pause? How many more years will you live under the shadow of comparison, wondering why you're not getting ahead? Your success is not on their page. It's in your mirror. It always has been. It's easy to get lost in the world of social media, where everyone seems to be living their best life. The filters, the perfect pictures, the stories of triumph. It's all there to distract you from your own reality. But listen to me now. The only thing standing between you and the life you want is yourself. The life you're dreaming about is not some abstract idea you have to wait for. It's something you can build today. Start small. Start today. Start with you. We all have moments where we feel overwhelmed, where the goals seem too big, the road too long. But I'm here to remind you that every journey starts with a single step. It's about consistency. It's about commitment to your own growth. And trust me, it doesn't matter how small that step is. The key is to start. And let me ask you something. What if you're just 1 year of deep self-focus away from your dream life? What if this is the moment you look at yourself and decide, I'm done comparing. I'm done wasting time. I'm going to focus on me and create the life I deserve? What if all your power, the power to change, to grow, to succeed, is waiting just beneath the noise? It's time to shut out the distractions. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because there is no perfect moment. The time is now. So, I'm asking you to take action, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. Turn off the noise. Tune into you. Think about this. You don't need validation from anyone else. You don't need to compare your journey to theirs. Your path is unique, and it's yours to carve out. Create something, build something, change something for you. Don't let another day go by where you feel stuck, where you feel like you're not moving forward. Your dreams are possible, but only if you're willing to take the first step. So, I challenge you, take action today. Start with yourself. Focus on your own growth. And build the life you've been longing for. The world is waiting for you to shine, not as a copy of someone else, but as the amazing, unique, powerful person you are. It's time to stop watching others live their best lives and start living yours. This is your moment. Own it. You were not born to chase. You were born to lead. The mirror is your battlefield. The person staring back at you is your only competition. Every day you waste comparing yourself to others is a day you lose in the battle for your own future. You've been given a life, a unique, incredible life, but you've been too focused on watching someone else's journey. It's time to break free from that. Stop watching. Start building. This is your life, not theirs. This is your chance to create the future you've always dreamed of. Not by copying someone else's path, but by following your own, the path that's waiting for you to walk down. Focus on yourself, and watch the world try to catch up. It's time to stop looking left and right, wondering why they're ahead. The only person you need to compete with is the person you were yesterday. Your own growth, your own success, your own potential, that's what you should be obsessed with. No more excuses. No more waiting. No more comparing. This is your life. Own it.